back for the midweek episode. RJ, good to see you.
Midweek sode.
So, okay, we've had so many names. We're gonna go with sode. This is the sode.
It's the sode.
A lot going on, a lot to talk about. I know we're gonna jump right into. I think you found it. Was it on? Was Reddit, right? This eBay news.
Yeah.
Drop it on us, RJ. Breaking
news of the week.
Hold on, pause, because that was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
that was almost as good.
Now I just need a spinning newspaper. Here now, coming in through the old timey radio, we got our So, yes, big news of the week. Man. Big news of the week.
Go.
Big news of the week is they invented the airplane. Hello,
hey kids, you get there from here.
All right, So, eBay has decided to switch up their whole bidding process on auctions now. So, they've got their buy it now option, which usually those cards sell higher. And then they have the auction style, which a lot of times, people are doing a quick sale on that. And you can kind of come in and snipe stuff at the end if you do that for a lower price and, get something that you're looking for at a decent value. So they've come out and said that in the trading card industry, they're going to on some. So we don't even know what qualifies. Maybe it's a dollar amount that it has to hit, right? If it needs to go to authentication, maybe that's the trigger point. We don't know yet. But they're going to be testing it out on some of the auctions and moving in that direction of where when you get down to the last 2 minutes, if someone comes in to bid, it will bump it to 2 minutes. So essentially it will continue to move the price up until somebody finally taps out and says, I can't do it anymore. Yeah.
All right, so let's unwrap what you just said. So they're, for lack of a better analogy, they're going whatnot style. So it gets down, somebody bids, it pumps it up.
But whatnot, you don't have to do that. It's an option, right? That's
true. You can change that.
Yeah, and whatnot, you can do sudden death. You can do, hey, it's only going to bump to 5 seconds, 10 seconds, back to 30 seconds. With this, it's going to.
But generally speaking, that's the concept. So everybody right now, the sellers are like, oh, I'm going to jump in there with so many seconds. I'm going to get my bid. I'm going to get my card.
Yep.
That's not the case anymore. Well, and to your point, they use the word some in their the way they described it. So, what does some mean? Is it like you said, the super high end stuff, low end stuff? I don't know.
Yeah. My guess it kind of is probably going to fall in that whole plain white envelope section, right? If it doesn't get past $20, they're probably not going to be too concerned about it, because that's not as much value to them. Right, because now we're talking about this is going to bump their bottom line commissions as well, just with their revenue coming in. So, so it'll be interesting to see how it takes within the community. But the days of getting a smoking hot deal on a really high value card, might not be
the days
there
of cruising in there at that last minute, looking for those auctions that end at 2 a.m. Like what was it, John was telling us on the last episode? Timing it out. I'm all about business, and clearly this eBay's move here is I think the article you sent me, somebody did some math, and they said if they do this 12 million times for $1, that's a lot of money for them. So if it only goes up a $1 on 1 million cards or whatever, that's money in their pockets. eBay's got to do what they got to do to make some cash. But
I'm like, that's why I'm interested to see what's going to happen with it, because I think before there's a lot of action usually on the end of a card. I think now with buy it now, like personally, I don't know if I would hassle with it. If I have 2 cards up, one's at auction and one's at buy it now, and I feel like it's probably going to get pretty close to that, maybe because there's going to be a struggle towards the end. Like I might just try and negotiate with the buy it now guy, if there's an option. Otherwise on an auction, like to me, there's almost no point to wait up late or to try to, like I set timers on my phone all the time for when auction is rending. Like now is this going to be a point where I'm going to be like, what's my final stop point? Like, because I don't want to overpay on something that I value at a certain dollar amount. So I'm just going to come in, I'm going to put this, and if it gets bid over that, it gets bid over that. What they really need to do is, because there's so much shill bidding that goes on, they need to implement, something where, like right now they have it where it's going to be like auto payment happens within 7 days or whatever. No, auto payment needs to happen almost immediately. Like if you win that auction, like you need to push through. And then I get it. Like you might have other cars, especially with that vendor, but at that point they should be putting enough money into their tech system to understand this person has bought so much, it's been charged. We're going to auto refund you the difference of whatever that, shipping amount is. Cause a lot of people just have that kind of, already built in when you buy multiple, it'll check out with the reduced shipping.
Yeah, and to you're talking about how the community reacts. I think you got to wait some time and see how it truly plays out. But initial, as I was reading through this and going to different platforms and reading what people are saying, is everybody's first of all saying the only winner in this is eBay. That's number one. The second thing you just said, the second thing I'm seeing the most commented on is shill bidding. This will kind of help with that. It'll at least address the shill bidding aspect of it. So there's that. I mean, but still it's driving the price up. So why can't the shills, if that's in fact what's happening, come in on top? They know the clock too, right? If they're going to be that devious and nefarious, maybe they're just
well, that's what's interesting with some people love Arena Club and some people hate it. It's kind of, polarizing in that sense. But
really?
their auction system, I like it because if you don't pay within 24 hours, you lose the right to use the auction system. So you better pay up and you better be on top of your stuff and either have money in your wallet to be auto deducted or to, pay through your card or whatever it might be. So now it's keeping you honest. Now you're like, okay, I'm not going to pull back. I can't pull back on anything. I have to pay or I lose complete access to this.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
And now I got to ask you, man. So what are people not liking about Arena Club? I think it's something new. It's something unique. I think it's, I'm here for it.
It goes a couple ways, right? Well, it goes a couple ways, right? I think it's the gamble side if you do the pack opening, right? Because they'll offer you money back. So especially with like their tiers, 25 up to sometimes $1,000, right?
Yeah. Okay,
so it's kind of, which I get that, but no matter what, it's always hard for a new grading company to come in because you always have the standard of, PSA or Beckett or, SGC was able to creep in there, a little bit. And that's what we need. We need more players in the game that are kind of, making everyone else right. So, and that's where some, some people kind of view their graded cards still as under, value of those, that's fine, right? Like if you find someone that likes that slab or that, trusts their process, then that's just that. So I think that's just kind of the blowback is it's still never going to be PSA, right? And that's
maybe some people don't want to, do the PSA thing. Maybe somebody like you recently turned me on to the whole Arena, Club thing, and I've been digging in there. And thank you for that, RJ. Another platform for me to go down the rabbit hole.
Well, there's another one that that's out there that does like the pack ripping style stuff too, and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's an interesting market because you can trade if you can find like an actual partner that would trade with you. Because that's a little bit of the blowback is, you'll get the crappy, hey, here's 3, slabs that aren't worth anything for your autographed Ken Griffey Jr. out of 10. And you're like, yeah, get the hell out of here, But like it just allows you to trade, like when you're a kid, right? I'm trading this card for this card. You can trade instantaneously and it's, right there within like essentially their blockchain style, like,
it's an automatic transaction, and it's in your what do you call it? Folder, your vault.
It's up front. They I think are just called a shoebox, but you can then create them individually, break out and customize all that stuff.
Well, I'm liking it. I'm spending a lot of time on there. Cruising around, seeing what I'm doing.
What I'd be interested in actually is if like if we took some and cracked them, like the ones that came back as 10s or 9s or whatever, crack them and you send it because the grading is different, right? It's done by a computer and it's supposed to be more precise and no human error. So like if you got one of their 10s and you cracked it and you sent it into PSA, is it going to come back at 10? Or in theory it should, right? Because the computer didn't pick anything up, or I don't know. So
no, that's
might be a little experiment.
I'm down for the experiment. Let's see what we can do. There's I don't know. Let's go back to the taking the human out of it, though, with all the technology now. Then you truly know that. I mean, there's the argument that this is in fact a 10.
Yeah.
The guy isn't a huge whatever fan that graded it. This is actually a 10 because the computer could care less what the team is, what the player is. So there's that. But yeah, interesting stuff, man. I know you're deep into it. I'm just now getting in there. I've got the account going. God knows I'll probably be spending money soon. So it's coming. I'll share my experience later, but I love the platform. I love the way it works. The interface it's a lot of fun to do, you don't get lost in it. At least I haven't yet, but I haven't tried the packs though. I know you did that and you've done pretty well. In fact, was last week's card, Rudy.
Okay,
there you go. So I mean, my God, you got a 1-on-1 out of it. Pretty damn good. So,
yeah.
All right. So what else is happening? I'm just going to talk sports for a minute without trying to get off the rails, because trade deadline's coming up. That impacts card value. A lot of things impact card values. We talk a lot about whether a player, he hasn't really done anything yet, why are cards so expensive? And I'm going to bring up Elly De La Cruz real quick. In the same inning, the dude stole second, stole third, and stole a home. So card values go up. Do it.
Yep.
I mean, incredible feat. I mean, it hasn't been done since 1919. I think it was the date I read. And I'm not a vault of knowledge. I actually just read that. So just keeping it real. But I read that. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So the man, he could do it. What is he, 6'7", playing shortstop? That's ridiculous, isn't he? 6'7", 6'6", something like that.
I think he's 6'6". Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I don't have Baseball Reference open though, so
I know. Where's John when you need him? Phone a friend, John.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's got that rifle of an arm. So I watched the highlights of that, and I'm like, how can you argue that? I mean, I would pay top dollar for this dude's card, just like I would pay for some of the A's that are coming up. And I'm just going to keep talking about those guys, man.
Yeah, I keep going back and forth on all that, right? Because like I like modern cards and the connection with the players right now and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you just know the vintage stuff that you're going to get is going to maintain value or increase, right? Yep. So you're still even like guys that are, we talk about, guys all the time that are just like, they were great during our time, younger our time.
I'm not dead yet, but yes.
Yeah. But then they go off and they don't make the Hall of Fame. They just had like an okay career, but they were like, oh man, I got this guy's auto and out of 10 and all this stuff. And you're like, it just doesn't quite maintain value.
But what is value? So there are guys that will never be in the Hall of Fame, but I pretended to be him a billion times in my backyard playing wiffle ball, right? And that guy is priceless to me. And I'll drop a name on you. And I'm a little quiz real quick. Chet Lemon. Do you know who Chet Lemon is?
Sounds like a car you return.
But is that not an awesome name? Center fielder for the Detroit Tigers when I lived in Michigan. And I just love the dude's name.
Yeah.
And so that's a card I want. I want Chet Lemon's card.
Yeah.
Now I could probably get it for a steal, and I'm going to grade the damn thing, but I want Chet Lemon's card. So there are guys, because I pretended to be him, you're kid. All right, Chet Lemon's up now. And I'm going to do my thing.
What about the famous Rusty Kuntz?
There you go, Rusty. I love Rusty. And I know where you're going there. Who did Rusty play for? Was it the Mariners?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on. You can't deliver the back end of that one. You teed me up. You put me on the damn spot.
That's
left me hanging. Anyway, yes, Rusty was a delightful player.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. So moving on, those are the cards I want. The value for me is in what did it mean to me? I think we talk about that. And of course, though, I'm not a Dodger guy, but you can drop a 1/1 Ohtani on me. I'll keep it for a minute, because there's value, a different kind of value there, right? I was actually
but that's the thing though. That comes back down to the baseball talk of like him and Judge at this moment right now. If they both massively broke their legs and couldn't play anymore, would they make the Hall of Fame or would it tarnish their career? I don't think it would. It's like Bo Jackson, right? Like they're such a powerful force in their window. If it ended right now, that like it would be a mainstay, because Bo Jackson still has quite a following. Like the dude was just a phenomenal athlete for the time.
Bo Jackson is the guy that you want to be. I mean, every athlete in the universe wants to be compared to. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
man, that guy's like Bo Jackson. Mic drop. I'm done. Yeah. I mean, the man did some incredible stuff, and I get you there. I was talking to our next guest. So our next guest we've got coming, big league finds. You won't find better energy in the world. But anyway, I was talking to him yesterday. We're getting ready to do our recording here this week. And he and I share, because we're both old 50-year-old dudes, a love for those 80s guys, right? So we just ended up going down rabbit holes talking about different guys. So we were talking about the discussion we had about Gwynn on the last episode with John, and the comparison about who do you want up with, you're down a couple runs, bottom of the ninth, who do you want batting? I think that he agreed with me. So we're going to talk about that. And I know you're all about, I can't argue with Judge though.
Well,
Never mind.
no. Judge was my pull because of the Yankee. I mean, the guy, even like as of us recording this tonight, granted, Cal Raleigh also is still at 36 home runs now from hitting, but Judge hit another. So like they are neck and neck. Like it's just incredible what's going on. But no, I think if you need a hit, if you needed a hit, I would 100% go with Ichiro any day of the week. And I kind of brought that up, like him and Pujols were like in there in that moment, like Ichiro could put it anywhere. And even actually with Judge and the Yankees, like to me, Derek Jeter was hugely clutch. That inside out swing, like it was almost a thing of beauty watching that just constantly hit the gap between right and center field, just all the time. So
yeah, fair enough. And honestly, let's be honest. Let's back this up real quick before I make my Gwynn argument again. You can't go wrong. I mean, to sit here and say I'm not going to put Ichiro, I mean, that's ridiculous, right? So I recognize that. But if you watch Gwynn, the man could hit, the ball could be thrown in the dirt and bounce, and he would know how critical it is to put the ball. Like, I have an opportunity to put it in left field, go the opposite way. He would hit it off the damn ground. The guy was remarkable. Anyway,
it's like Miguel Cabrera when they were, when they would have to actually pitch 4 pitches, to intentional walk him. On an intentional walk pitch, he reached over and duck snorted it into shallow center, and it was amazing. It's like, wait, you were supposed to move the runners. It did everything it was supposed to do, and you're like, you'll never see that. You'll never see that again because they don't have to intentionally walk. Yep.
Yeah. It's almost, that's a good point. But anyway, the game's different.
Yeah.
But when
I'm all about it. Yeah.
As I'm throwing this out there, though, if somebody looks at me and say, you're not going to put Judge in right now. I mean, you can't even honestly make the argument. So when you Pete Rose, for God's sakes, we can go on. All right. Anyway, it's that time, RJ, because it's only the midweek show. We don't have to do a full thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And I don't have drum rolls yet.
Wait, no, we'll bring it all back. Now coming in with this card from the 1940s is no, I don't have a card from the 40s. So
no. All right, I was waiting for you to bust one out. I was trying to find some noise there.
I have some older cards, yes, but no. So actually, I was on with one of our early guests, Yo Dooley.
Yo Dooley. Shout out to Yo Dooley. He's a great dude.
Yo Dooley. So Yo Dooley has gotten in very heavy with CardSmiths, and he is breaking a whole bunch of they came out with outside their currency. They came out with the next step, which is space. So I'm going to take this out of the case. So in the break, I wanted 2 positions, and I got one, and I was actually out of town in Portland at the time when it came in. So I was like, hot damn, I got an insert. Look at this.
Hey.
So one of the positions I got, which I really wanted, was Oppenheimer. So as you can imagine,
why was that? Yes.
So this is the barrel insert. So out of 149. Yep. But like it's just, the ring light is not doing its job. But
it works, man. That's a pretty nice looking card there. Now, do we need to ask why you wanted the Oppenheimer? Just feeling destructive that day.
Just look how good. Well, I went for that, and I went for Carl Sagan. So I got some Carl Sagan stuff. But so with space, they did a whole bunch of stuff. But I went with Oppenheimer because this is essentially his rookie run, because this is space. So a lot of this, they have some cards in that they're previewing for the currency series coming up for Series 5. But I went through and I looked, and I just thought it looked pretty awesome and a little different. And there's a couple pretty cool ones that are focused on, some stars and stuff like that. But
constellations and things like that.
Yes. And if you guys haven't checked it out, I strongly, urge you to do so. Because they're pretty awesome cards when you can get a nice shiny insert like that. So I was lucky to be graced by a barrel out of 149 because they go by different color variations or mineral styles. That's called
barrel.
Yeah, barrel.
Okay, I was gonna say orange goldish, but okay.
Yeah, so barrel's the end of it, but so it goes all the way up to their onyx. It's their 101. But
now if you didn't see it because you're driving. RJ held up the card. CardSmith puts out a really impressive product. The cards are pretty high quality. They look great. The one you just showed, if you get a chance, jump on there. Maybe we'll throw a picture up there. But just to describe it to you differently. Just
to describe it to you that are listening, Oppenheimer, it's essentially an artistic photo or artistic drawing, and then behind him is essentially, the mushroom cloud of the atom bomb going off. So it's just a pretty unique,
Yeah. And Yo Dooley was one of our early guests on the show. He was breaking, like RJ said, the CardSmiths products. It was the Bitcoin. Was that what they were called?
Yeah, currency Series 4, yeah.
And then RJ snagged a couple boxes. It was a GameStop, right? You went in there, grabbed them. Yeah. And as we were building this podcast and kind of ideating, we were, at a bar, and we ran out in the car, opened up some packs. Anyway, Yo Dooley, great guy. If you get a chance, jump on, follow him, check out what he's doing. This is a different kind of card, and very, very cool. And looks really, really good. They're high quality stuff.
Yeah. So that's I wanted to switch it up, since I've done a whole bunch of baseball, and then I come back with a 101 basketball. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, switch it up.
As I was getting ready, I said, he's coming with football tonight. So
you thought so, huh? Actually,
you struck me out looking tonight, man.
You know what's really funny? I almost came with football, but it was football because the Gold Cup game just happened. So I was like, I had it between my hands. So I'm just like, no, I gotta go with something.
Gotta go with the Oppenheimer, man. Yeah, CardSmiths, that's great stuff. You're still getting into his breaks, Yo Dooley's then?
Yeah, it was. So I got into it because it was his very first one of space. Space had not been broken yet, and he got in and he did, I think, a couple of the boxes. I think he did like 80 of the hanger boxes styles. Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. Like I said, I was out of town, so I was catching some of it as I went, and then but otherwise, like the dude, like he takes care of everybody that's in there, and that community is just really awesome and friendly, and everyone's there supporting each other. It's totally different than some of the the other breaks that you can be in where there's a lot of negativity. So it's a nice refreshing turn of the page sometimes to experience.
And the dude knows his stuff. I mean, you couldn't be in a break with somebody with more knowledge. I mean, you're watching it, you're like, I have no idea what I'm watching. It's cool, but he explains it to you, and he knows the stuff. And I love seeing the success he's had. And I love it for the guy. Really good dude. So check it out if you're interested in something different. But all right, RJ, we're good. I'm going to remind right now, everybody, if you haven't watched the episode with John, when we dropped on Monday, whichever date that was, July 6th or 7th, please jump on there. The guy gives some pretty incredible tips on shipping. eBay's a big seller on eBay.
Yeah, if I could have either fallen out of my chair or locked myself out of my office again, I would have 100% done it, because of the shock of just like, why didn't I think of that? Like, that seems so straightforward, you know? And now I'm like, maybe we should just go to the post office and interview someone about their shipping machines. It's like,
why are my cards not making it? Yeah. No, but check out John's episode. He's Spring Hill Sports. He's on YouTube. He's also got a podcast. It's an awesome podcast. I really enjoy listening to it. But thanks for jumping on with us. RJ, I'll see you probably tomorrow then.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Breaks. We appreciate you being here with us and helping us grow this community. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.